Plaintiff Jessica Seltzer is suing her ex-boyfriend for the value of a car and emotional distress. Jessica claims the defendant ran over someone's foot and crashed Jessica's car into a tree after getting drunk at a bar, even after Jessica begged him not to drive. Defendant Zachary Doney claims the plaintiff was obsessed with him and constantly stalked him and investigated his whereabouts. Zachary also claims the plaintiff cheated on him the same night that they slept together and even slept with his brother.
Remain standing. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding. Please be seated.
Jessica Seltzer is suing her ex-boyfriend for the value of a car and emotional distress. Zachary Doney is here to answer the charges. Talk to me.
All right, so in 2002, I had originally met Zachary. He actually had an ankle bracelet on when I first met him.
What am I supposed to assume from that?
That he's been in and out of like juvenile hall, and now he was in and out of jail.
I was on house arrest.
You're not talking like a fancy one. You're talking about a criminal.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm talking about a criminal.
Oh, all right. So you were on house arrest.
I was on house arrest.
All right, for what?
Like running away from home.
Truancy?
Yeah, truancy is what I originally started.
How old were you?
18 at the time.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. In 2005, he had moved in with my family. Mm-hmm. He became, like, when he turned 21, he became, like, a drunk. You
were drunk?
I was drunk. She was a slut.
Oh. Okay. All right. So he was, like, emotionally abusive all the time. Like, he did not like any of my friends. He would not let me leave the house if we got into an argument.
How long did you know him before he moved into your home?
About 4 or 5 years.
Really?
I want to say.
Tell me about your relationship with her.
My relationship with Jessica it was all right at first. I mean, I loved her girl. She was a nice person. She took care of me. She was always there for me. But after a while, she just got to the point where she was obsessive, crazy. She was a detective, always finding me, stalking me. But she started sleeping around. She was sleeping with guys. I had slept with her. She slept with somebody the same night I had slept with her.
How do you know?
Because her friend told me.
Did you?
Your Honor, no. It was 2 days. I will admit it was 2 days apart.
It was.
But that is irrelevant to what
irrelevant.
I am suing for.
I'm asking him about his relationship with you.
It's not irrelevant. She slept with him. Then after that, she would go and sleep with my brother.
Oh.
Talk about nasty. And then my other friend.
Did you sleep with his brother?
Yes, I did. But that was the same night, Your Honor. That was the same night, Your Honor, that he had gone home with his ex-girlfriend in a motel for 3 nights.
Well, you must have been eyeing his brother for a while if it was like, the next day.
It was just to get back at him.
Okay, so why are you here today?
So in 2008, January 29th, Zachary was driving my car. He ran it into a tree as he was intoxicated. We met up at the local bar by our house.
Before or after he drove into the tree?
Before. Sorry, Your Honor. I handed him the keys because I was scared because he kept yelling at me and all of our friends when we had left the bar. I have the receipt from the bar. He had 4 shots of Jack Daniels, 3 Blue Moons, which were the 16-ounce glasses, 1 Irish car bomb, 6 Incredible Hulks, 1 shot of Goldschlager, and 2 Jager bombs.
Okay, I did not drink all of that. She was with me.
Do you have a receipt that reflects this,
Yes, Your
Jessica?
Honor. I had one Long Island.
In what period of time is he drinking all of this?
We arrived there at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or 8:30. I had just gotten off of work.
This bill is for 12:20 a.m. Why would you drink all this in 4 hours? Weren't you drunk enough after 4 Jack Daniels?
There was a lot of us there. There was.
Really? Well, then why is it that she's paying the bill for everybody else?
Because I was too drunk to pay the bill. I was,
You never
we were both intoxicated. I did have a drinking problem. I don't drink too much anymore like that.
You have DUIs?
I have 1 DUI, and that's
when you crashed your car?
Yeah.
You want to tell me what happened that night?
We were all out there drinking.
Who's we?
Jessica and I. I'm pretty sure she was there.
What's your name?
My name's Jennifer Miller.
Jennifer, stand up. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay. And you were there the night that he was drinking?
Yes. I was actually at the bar earlier that evening with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and we had left because my ex-boyfriend and Zach had gotten in an argument.
What a shock. People drinking like crazy.
No. What? That's not true.
It isn't. We'll let her finish. Go ahead.
So me and my ex-boyfriend had gone home and we were sleeping, and she's not gotten to the point of her story, but I woke up to them screaming in the parking lot at my apartment.
Okay, good. Then let's let Jessica finish the story. Thank you. Sit down.
We had followed our friend to the apartment complex to make sure that they got home safely after I had continued to beg Zach to please let me drive.
When you said you followed your friends, who drove the car?
I did.
Zach was driving my car. So our friend got out of his truck, walked over to my vehicle on the passenger side, was telling Zachary that we either need to get out of the car, both of us, or just allow me to get out of the car. Zach did not want to let me out of the car. He did not want to stay over at our friend's house to even sober up. He got mad, put the car in drive, proceeded to drive away, running over like the tip of our friend's shoe, his foot, basically.
His foot was in the shoe.
Yeah, his foot was in the shoe.
Yeah.
So,
you drove over your friend's foot?
No.
No? Is she lying?
She could be. I
Were
don't
you
know.
so drunk
I don't
you
know.
didn't
I don't
know?
know. I can't tell you.
You were so
That's what I've
drunk
heard.
you didn't
yeah.
know?
Yeah, I was so drunk I didn't know.
He drinks all of this that you've just identified, and he gets the keys to your car. How does he get the keys?
I gave them to him because
Why?
he was screaming profanities at me in the parking lot. He told me to get in the car. And so I got in the car.
Are
I
any
was
of your
scared.
other friends there?
Yes, but they also tried telling Zach, and Zach was swearing up and down that he was okay to drive.
Did you know he wasn't okay to drive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, so then...
Her house was right up the street. She could have just, walked home if
Well,
she
you know
wanted
what?
to.
You're the last person I want an opinion on. You're the drunk who got behind the wheel of the car. I'm trying to figure out why she gave you the keys to the car.
I tried taking the keys.
You were afraid of him.
Yes.
Had you ever called the police on him?
No.
You said that he was abusive to you. How was he abusive?
He was like controlling. It never got too out of hand to call the police.
Okay. Now, that night, you give him the keys to the car.
Your Honor, I did try and take the keys from him numerous times, but he was hitting me in my left arm like this constantly.
All right. Were you hitting her in the arm, telling her to give me the keys?
I wasn't.
Was she resisting giving you the keys?
I had the keys. She was trying to get them.
She was trying to get them.
She was. I was drunk, but I wasn't. I was being stubborn and drunk, so I wasn't giving her the keys. But
all right. So you admit that you were drunk. Okay.
Most definitely.
So how does this accident happen?
I was speeding and I took a corner too fast and smacked into a tree.
Were you hurt?
Yeah, I was injured. I messed up my head.
So you get injured. You're not injured?
No.
She was all right, thank God.
There's pictures of the car.
Okay. And the other guy gets his foot run over. Okay. Oof. Wow. I am amazed you got out of this alive. What, this is the passenger?
That's my door. That's the driver door where I hit the tree.
I have a picture of his injury if you'd like that.
Yeah, I'd like to see his injury. That is unbelievable. This car is totaled, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those are staples in your head?
Yeah.
Wow. What happens? There's another incident here.
Yes. Okay. So December 31st, he shows up at the front door. When he came in, my parents had asked him why he was here. Mm-hmm. He said, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. Mm-hmm. My father looked at him and said, you are no longer welcome in our house. Please leave. There was no further confrontation, no yelling, and no nothing. So then he had walked out the door and was mumbling, you better watch your back. So knowing Zach for so long, we didn't take it serious. We were just like, whatever, let it blow over. January 2nd, we wake up on the 2nd. I had to get ready for work. My neighbor comes over from across the street and says, you do realize that you have 8 tires slashed in your driveway and brake lines are cut and the truck cover was missing.
Did you call the police?
Yes, we did. They refused to come out. I have a footprint too, of which Zach always wore DVS shoes anyways. So I automatically believe that it's him because we did ask him to please leave our house and that he wasn't welcome.
This is a brake line?
That is a brake line. He slashed 2 tires on my 08 Civic, 4 tires on my father's a 79 Ford truck, and we out on the curb we have a 93 Honda Accord in which 2 tires were also slashed.
Footprint by the 79 Ford. What DVs?
It's a DVS shoe print.
The shoe brand.
You wear DVS shoes?
I didn't have no DVS shoes on. I was wearing Converse. No, I
You
do
mean
wear.
the night you did it, you were wearing Converse? What are you
I've owned
telling
a
me?
pair of DVS shoes before. I did not do that.
Have you seen him with DVS shoes?
Yes, Your Honor. I actually bought him some for Christmas.
So the
one year.
police didn't arrest him?
No, the police did not
So
arrest him.
what are you suing him for?
I am suing him for the damages done to the Tiburon and emotional distress.
The issue is whether or not the defendant should be liable to the plaintiff for the damage to her car. She is alleging damage in the amount of $3,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And in addition to that, she is saying that he has caused her severe distress as a result of what she believes is the slashing of the tires. Now, if the defendant intentionally or negligently damaged the plaintiff's car, he is without doubt responsible for the damage to the car. And as far as I'm concerned, the amount of $3,000 is less than what appears to be the overall damage and the total amount of the car. The plaintiff also says that she suffered intentional infliction of emotional distress, that his treatment of her was so incredibly stressful and outrageous that she has suffered severe emotional distress. I find from the outset that claim is going to be dismissed. If that were the case, she would have called the police during the course of the relationship. She would have gotten something and filed charges against him for that. But the more troubling issue is the fact that the law recognizes that when someone takes someone else's car and damages it, then the person who owns the car is in a position to recover. Whether or not she is in some way responsible because she gave someone who was obviously drunk, she knew he was drunk, she paid the tab for the drinks that he drank, whether she should be responsible and therefore not recover for the damage to the car is another issue. The law says clearly she recovers. He clearly was intoxicated. He was convicted of driving under the influence. Therefore, she wins the $3,000. I am very troubled by the fact that someone gives keys to a car to someone who is drunk and then is able to recover for it. To be honest with you, I think you are just as responsible as he was for giving him the keys and not calling a bouncer. But the law is the law. You recover $3,000, stop drinking, and you won't find yourself in trouble. So ordered. Thank you.
If any women out there are infatuated or in a relationship with a guy like Zachary Doney, my suggestion to you is get out as soon as you can.